So what is it that you get in the box? Let's just make sure to illustrate that real quick. You get the hot side and the cold side, both tubes. They're sealed properly so you don't get contaminants inside. And then you get the silicone couplers. I actually wish that they had those wrapped as well. They're kind of full of debris. I'm gonna have to clean them up, especially on the inside, of course, to make sure that none of these go inside the turbo and contaminate it. And then you get a bag of clamps from AMS that they're supposed to be a little bit better than the factory ones. So to get started, you've seen from the previous video, we had the SMB intake on Tyson's truck, and because it's a larger box, we had to remove the entire intake to make the install. Well, this is the cob. It mimics the stock as it uses the stock base from the OEM intake. All I'm gonna have to do to clear, because this is the big pipe I have to remove here, and then this is the second one. I'm just gonna take the top part of it out, kind of disassemble that top part. Might loosen the box so I can easily tilt it out of there. Loosen all my clamps. Again, they were gonna have to come out anyway so I can install. So we're gonna get started with that. So for those who ask me, why I don't believe you need a catch can on this truck, there is 0 oil residue on this pipe, and I will remove the others and show you there's also 0 oil residue going through any of this. So let's keep going. And retain it. So I'm keeping all the other couplers out. I've retightened these just so they don't slip and I end up losing them and mixing them with the other couplers, and I'll put it away. So now we have a whole bunch of sensors and connections on the bottom part, and we have a zip tie here which we're going to cut out. So we're going to take these one at a time and just move them out of the way. So this one, you push these tabs in and then pull back. You could just push them back a little bit and then it comes off. Same thing with this one. The yellow one, it has a tab on the side right here for a release. You push it in and then you put a little screwdriver and pull back on. Don't push too hard because you could break the tabs. The one in the back also has a similar pullback. The same exact method. You just pry these backwards. You see a gray tab, you push it backwards, it releases the pressure and it comes right off. Now on here, I don't have an aftermarket BOV, so I don't have the underneath here sealed, so there's an intake tube from the intercooler down here. I'm gonna put my 7 or 8 millimeter socket on it and kind of break it loose. So this is right down here. So there's 2. The blue hose you do not want to mess with. You want to take out the bottom one. That's the driver's side tube that we're going to replace right now. It takes a 7 millimeter socket, and you just want to loosen it as much as you can, and then since we've loosened everything up top, you just keep on yanking on it and pull it out. So let's get to it. So I'm using a couple of extensions, about 7.5 inches long total, real small, a wrench here, that way I can try to get to it. So this tube is held by a tab here. So I use a trim removal, put it between it and the rubber grommet, and then kind of pry gently and pull away from the engine. Now that I've loosened everything down there, this is the hardest part of actually doing all this tube install, is now you can start gently pulling this back in a way. So that is the tab that's going into a grommet in there that we had to make sure it's released. I've loosened this, so I'm gonna leave this exactly as is right now because it's gonna help me determine the angle of the new silicone hose on the AMS tubes, and we're gonna get to installing that side. So now we're gonna start taking this side out. I'm gonna cut the little zip tie off to free this guy. I'll replace it. And we have another tab over there that you can see. I'll pull on it, and we're gonna loosen that side. It's also using a 7mm. So now we're on the passenger side. We're going to do the same thing. We're gonna loosen the clamp of the turbo, and we're gonna pull back on it. So this is the second tab that you need to kind of loosen. You can pry on it a little bit. You can use the same tool that I used earlier and just gently move it out of the way. So there, see the tab? It's loosened. Now you twist this and gently pull it out of there. So this tab right here, and it's similar to the situation on the other side. It's kind of like the most tedious part of your removal or probably install. So I went ahead and cleaned the couplers with just some soap and water. And instead of drying them with a towel and put more lint in there, I'm just going to use a little bit of air pressure from my compressor here and just clean them out real nice. Okay, so you line the tubes as best as you can on top of one another. First, let me make a clarification. Right is facing the truck is the left side. So it says the passenger side is indicated right. It's a little confusing, but that's how it works. You line the tubes on top of each other and try to mimic the angle. That way you don't have to make too many adjustments as you put this thing through. Also, I put a little bit of silicone or a little bit of Vaseline on here to be able to push it in through those pipes, because it's going to be a lot snugger than pulling the skinnier tube out. And let's get to it. So we're going to push the tube down. Remember, you need to get this tab into its place right there, and then we're going to push it through this tight spot to navigate it all the way to the turbo. So just take your time, massage it in there, and it will go in. So when putting this passenger side in, you know it's already tight with the stock tube. Be very patient with it. Move it around gently. We put some Vaseline to make the process easier. Just take your time and push it through. So this would install about like this. Remember, there's a tab that you're going to make sure you can make room for it. Also, this is your intake inlet from the blowout valve. A trick we've learned from the other side is we're going to put a little bit of Vaseline. Some petroleum jelly will evaporate. It won't cause any harm or damage. We're going to put a little bit around the areas that make contact with the tighter places, because you're going to go around the steering column as well. With that, keep in mind to turn the clamp away from the steering shaft so it does not interfere with it. I've had to adjust mine because as I was doing a test, the steering shaft ended up rubbing up on it a little bit. So last touch here that I did is the AMS pipes do not have an external tab where you can link or attach your sensor cable to. I moved it out of the way. I put a couple of different zip ties, left enough a loop and room, and it's plenty of room for it to move around. That's just my preference. You could leave it if you want to. I just like everything out of the way, and it will kind of close behind, underneath the engine cover. So I have everything put back together. I want to say that the cob intake, the piping on it fit perfect with the AMS tubes. They flow really well as far as on the dyno as we tested before on Tyson's truck. We will be testing them on mine soon, but they just fit perfect. I didn't have to do any extra finagling to make them fit together. They were just a perfect fit. Everything is on now. I've already started the truck. There's no check engine lights. In closing comments about the AMS Boost Tubes. So far we've done two different dyno runs. We did one on Tyson's truck, if you recall, with my visit to New Mexico at Hammer Performance, where we used it on the Cobb Stage 2 truck dynoed at 402 horsepower. We did it on our tune with the RA 550 with 91 octane. We got 452 horsepower, 556 foot-pound of torque. There was vast improvement. So before I did my closing comments, I put it on my truck. I went and tested drove it for a while, and I'm going to give you some feedback. The throttle response is great, especially between 3 to 4,500 RPM. The other part is it just feels a lot more responsive. You can feel the torque as you're driving. So it's an absolute worth the money for what you get for it. Now some other comments. If you look in the picture here, I wish that AMS has put some indexing on their silicone coupler where you should line it up with the tube, because if they did so, it would make the install a lot easier, so you don't have to go and mess around to figure out what angle you're supposed to have it fitting at. The other thing is I wish they give us a little bit longer clamps, because it would have made the install a bit easier. Something to watch out for, let me point out for you right here. Also, we've discovered on my truck and a few others that this side of the tube was coming loose, so I've had to retighten my coupler. It happened also on Tyson's truck. He's running a different intake, and it happened on a truck that has no aftermarket intake as well. So this is something that we will be pointing out to AMS. Make sure that you check your fitments after about 50 miles or so of driving, just to make sure everything is on there, from heat and heat exchange and expansion of the product itself. We will keep you posted, and I'll give you guys more remarks on this in the future. So make sure you check all the fitments, check the clamps, put your 8mm socket on there and just give it a turn. Would not want it to come loose on you. We will contact AMS and report back our feedback, probably send them this video as well. Overall, the product is great. It does what it says it does. We verified it on the dyno twice now. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment or reach out to me. I'll leave all my contact information. I will also leave you a link for the product from our website if you want to order it. Until next time, we'll see you later.